Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another topic related to COBOL, where we will see how we can utilize a physical file in COBOL program in order to read its data. So this thing we are going to divide into multiple parts. So for this particular session, we will just focus on the declaration area, like how we can declare a physical file into COBOL program. So here I have already created one program. I will use this program Session-97 in order to explain you the declaration process for the physical file. If you don't know what is physical file, then you can check out the one of our previous session where we have already discussed how we can declare a physical file in a in a IBMI system. Okay, but for now I'll just show you the structure of my physical file. So I have already created this physical file with the name empf1. I'll take this source in edit mode, in browse mode, by taking option 5, and here you can see we have record format as empf1r, which contains two fields, empid and emp name, where empid is numeric 2 digit and emp name is alphanumeric 15 character, where the data is keyed with employee ID. All right. So let's see how many records we have in this physical file. So I have stored some data in it. So let me show you the data. STR_SQL. Select star from Sharmit1, which is my library name / and the file name is empf1. So in this file we have data as employee ID and employee name. So there are total 5 records. So what we are going to do, we are going to declare a physical file, this physical file, into COBOL program, and then in next part we will read the data from this physical file. Okay, so let's focus on the declaration part. Before we start the session, I would recommend you to go and check out the previously released sessions first, because these all sessions are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be really very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. Okay, so now I'm going to take option 2 for TSCB-PGM97 program, and here you can see we have just noted down the basic thing like identification, division and comment line. These things we have already discussed multiple times. So for now we are just going to skip this portion in detail. We are not going to discuss in detail because we all know that identification division is mainly used to store the program source information, and the comments are used to provide the title or the instruction for the complex logic. This is just a comment. Okay, now we will see how we can declare a physical file in a COBOL program. So for that, first thing we need to specify here is environment division. So let's see how we will do this. So you can simply write here environment division. Then later we are supposed to specify input output section, which we will specify like this: input output section. Then we will mention file control. So here I will specify file hyphen control, and then later on we will write here select employee file assign to database hyphen empf1, where we will specify organization is sequential, and we will mention file status is ws file hyphen status. Don't worry, like I'll explain you each and everything again, but for now I just mentioned all these things. Okay, now let's talk about first about environment division. What is environment division? So this section defines the environment in which the program operates, particularly focusing on input and output files. Okay, then we have input output section. This subsection specifies how the program will interact with the files, detailing the file control operation. Okay, So it will just tell like how the program will interact with files. And then later on we have file control, where so this part is where the program selects and defines the file it will use. Okay, so under this file control we are going to define the file. Now remember one thing, these are some of the fixed things you can say, or the fixed structure or syntax that we are supposed to follow for each program where we are going to use the file, right? The things which will get changed is the declaration part. So this is the main declaration part, but this is also need to be specified here, okay? Otherwise it will not allow us to define the file. So how we are defining the file? Firstly, we need to specify here select, then a name which you would like to give to this file. So my file name is emppf1, which we already checked, but I want to refer this file with the name employee file. So here I will write select employee file assigned to database hyphen emppf1. So this is the syntax, okay? We have to write assigned to, then database hyphen, and then the name of physical file. Now some of you might be thinking, is it fixed that we have to write every time employee file? No, it is not. This part is fixed because this is our physical file name, but here you can keep any name. Let's say if I want to access this file with name emppf itself, so I can put directly here emppf. Then we specified organization is sequential. What it means? It means that the data present in this file are in sequential manner, and the program will read this data in a sequential flow itself. So it will read the data in sequential manner from start to bottom. Then we have specified file status, which is ws-file-status, which means that if like when we are going to read out this file, it will return some status, and that status we will check with the variable ws file status. Okay, so some of you might be aware of SQL RPGLE, where we used to check SQL code and SQL status. So same thing we can check here with status, and this status will be stored in ws file status part. Okay, so this will help us to verify like whether the file is opened properly, or if there is any issues or anything. So it will, but this thing I'll explain you when we are going to read out the file, but for now we are just declaring it. Now it's time to declare some variable and the fd part. Now what is fd? Fd is file descriptor. So for that we will specify here data division. So data division, then we will mention here file section. So let's write here file section, then fd, which is for file descriptor, and here we will define the file. So I'll write here employee file. Okay, and in this employee file we will define the structure of the file which we are going to read. So here we will specify the level number 01 employee record. So this is the name of the record, employee record. So I just put it like this, and under this we will define the subfields or the fields of the file. It should be same as our file description. So here I will write empid pic 9 of 2, where 9 is denoting numeric and 2 is denoting the length. Similarly, we will define emp name, where pic is denoting picture clause and x of 15 is the declaration of this, or you can say the data type and the length, where x is denoting alphanumeric and 15 is the length of the variable. Clear? So this part should be matched with your declaration of your file, physical file. Okay. Now it's time to define working storage section. Like in previous session, we did, like we declare the working storage section just after data division. But now we are talking about file, so that's why I have firstly defined the file section, and now it's time to define the working storage section. So here I will write working hyphen storage hyphen section. No, working storage section. Now after this we will define the required variables. So the first variable that we are going to define here is 01 ws file status, which we have already specified in the declaration part, right? So this thing we will define with x of 2, which is alphanumeric 2, And another thing we are going to define here is WSEOF. What it means? WSEOF means end of file. So this variable we will use for verifying whether the file is ended or not. So this thing we will define with x of 1, and we will also initialize the value with n, which will define no. By default it will hold no. And then later on we can start writing the main logic. So for this session we are not going to write the main logic, because for now we are just focusing on the declaration part. So maybe we can print only one thing here, that file is declared successfully. Or if you don't print that, that is also fine, but just to show something after calling it, we can write here with a display command, display file is declared success. Okay, this file is declared. Fine. And we will terminate this with stop run. So stop run will terminate the program flow. So let's try to save it. So I will write here file for save and exit, 14 for compilation. And you can see something is wrong here. So maybe some spelling mistake or something we did wrong. So let's verify through the spool file. So I'll search for my spool, which is TSCB PGM97. Here I will check for my mistake. So you can see there are something wrong. So let's check for WS file status not defined. So it is showing WS file status is not defined. So let's verify if we did something. I think there is something wrong. WS file status. Let's copy it, and where we are declaring it, maybe we put something wrong. Hyphen. So hyphen was missing. So let's try to compile it again. And now you can see it is compiled successfully. So if I call this program, it will show one message, file is declared, because so far we have just declared the file. We are not using it in this session. In the next session we will carry forward this session, and we'll see how we can read the data from this file which we just declared. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.